Two names stand above all others in the annals of all-time action stars: Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Both men are icons whose careers started very differently, but ended up following remarkably similar paths. It's no easy task deciding who's ultimately better, but we're going to try. This titanic battle wouldn't be so tough to call if Stallone and Schwarzenegger didn't have so much in common. For starters, each guy headlines some of the best action movies of their era. They also played some of the most famous characters in film. For Stallone, there's perpetual underdog boxer Rocky Balboa and the PTSD-stricken one-man army John Rambo. For Schwarzenegger, there's the killer robot from the future, the T-800 from the Terminator franchise, the Predator-killing Major Dutch, and the sword-wielding Conan the Barbarian. Given their similarities, it's no wonder they had a heated public rivalry for years, from Schwarzenegger throwing shade in movies like Twins and to Stallone literally throwing a giant bowl of flowers at Arnold during the Golden Globes. It's clear that during their heydays, the two couldn't stand each other. While they're friends today, you better believe their rivalry still exists low-key. Sylvester Stallone is mostly associated with shoot-'em-up one-man army action movies, which even at their best have never really been associated with high art. Nevertheless, Stallone does boast artistic bona fides that Schwarzenegger does not. In fact, Stallone has achieved the pinnacle of Hollywood's artistic accomplishments, the Academy Award. Stallone has been nominated for the Academy Awards 3 times, for Best Actor and Best Original Screenplay for Rocky in 1977, and for Best Supporting Actor for Creed in 2016. This makes him one of only 6 actors to be nominated more than once for playing the same character, alongside Cate Blanchett, Paul Newman, and Al Pacino. While Stallone didn't win Best Actor or Best Screenplay, Rocky ultimately won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Though Stallone has Schwarzenegger beat when it comes to cinematic awards, Arnold surely takes the cake when it comes to non-cinematic awards. Schwarzenegger is a world-class athlete who's considered one of, if not the greatest bodybuilders of all time. In many ways, he's the Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods of his sport. While experts can quibble about who's the best based on this stat or that, nobody can deny that Schwarzenegger brought more attention to bodybuilding than anybody before or since. That said, Arnold's career isn't just hype. He truly was the real deal. From the time he first picked up a barbell back home in Austria at 13 years old, to finally hanging up his Speedo in 1980 at the ripe old age of 33, Schwarzenegger won over 20 bodybuilding championships, including 3 Mr. Universes and 7 Mr. Olympias. Along the way, he literally wrote the book on bodybuilding, 1977's Arnold, The Education of a Bodybuilder. Arnold Schwarzenegger can't stay still. He's conquered bodybuilding, Hollywood, and California politics. When it comes to his actual acting skills, though, he's never really worked to better them, as his screen presence is powered by sheer charisma.
Oh, excuse me, I forgot to tell you. This is my ferret.
Stallone not only takes his acting more seriously, but he also has plenty of clout for off-screen work. In addition to being nominated for the Academy Award twice for playing Rocky Balboa, he also delivered a powerful performance as a PTSD-stricken Vietnam vet in First Blood, and he even stole the show from Robert De Niro, Harvey Keitel, and Ray Liotta in James Mangold's criminally underappreciated Copland. Stallone is also accomplished off-camera, having screenplay credits on more than 25 TV shows or movies, and directing credits for 8 films. Sure, some of his creative efforts are genuinely horrible, such as 1983's Saturday Night Fever sequel Staying Alive, which earned 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. But hey, even Spielberg and Scorsese have had duds. With several Rocky, Rambo, and Expendables films in his oeuvre, Stallone is an accomplished and bankable action director, with $1.3 billion in global grosses for just 8 films. Besides being one of only a few movie stars who started his career as a world-class athlete, Schwarzenegger boasts another, arguably even more impressive accomplishment. He's one of only 3 actors to become governor of a state. Schwarzenegger was elected to succeed the recalled Democrat Gray Davis, serving as the Republican governor of California from 2003 to 2011. Schwarzenegger told The Hollywood Reporter he also would have run for president in 2016, but he was unable to because the constant Constitution forbids foreign-born people from serving as president. The only other actor-governor left to mention is Schwarzenegger's memorable Predator co-star Jesse Ventura, who served as governor of Minnesota from 1999 to 2003. While Stallone would win our vote if he ran for pretty much anything, only Schwarzenegger has served as governor of America's most populous state. Star power is hard to quantify or even define. You could be the most talented actor, the most beautiful person, or the most charismatic performer, but that's no guarantee anybody is going to buy a ticket to watch your movie. Whatever star power is, you either have it or you don't. Stallone and Schwarzenegger both do, in spades, but who has more? There's really only one signifier that matters in Hollywood: who's made more money at the box office. By that standard, the winner is clearly Stallone. Stallone's career box office total is $2.8 billion domestic and $6.3 billion worldwide, beating out Schwarzenegger's career total of $2.1 billion domestic and $5.4 billion worldwide. As massive as those numbers are, they're even more impressive when you consider they aren't adjusted for inflation, as both actors' biggest hits happened more than 25 years ago. Worth noting, Stallone has been in more movies, 62 films to Schwarzenegger's 44, and Arnold dropped out of acting while serving as California's governor from 2003 to 2011. However, by that point, both actors were past their primes as box office draws, so it's unlikely Schwarzenegger would have starred in a massive hit during those years. In fact, his last pre-political role was a supporting part in the Jackie Chan bomb Around the World in 80 Days. Though Stallone's box office total beats Schwarzenegger's, Arnold takes the cake when it comes to average earnings. Stallone's 62 films have earned an average of $54 million domestically and $112 million worldwide, while Schwarzenegger's 44 movies have brought home an average of $60 million domestically and $135 million worldwide. While both guys found their greatest success playing their marquee characters, Stallone with Rocky and Rambo, and Schwarzenegger with the T-800, they were also successful in other roles, proving neither man was a one-hit character wonder. So which matters more, totals or averages? You'll have to ask the accountants at the movie studios about that. All we can say is that during their commercial peaks, Stallone and Schwarzenegger were money. You can compare Stallone and Schwarzenegger on several tangible, measurable fronts, from box office results to career accomplishments to the size of their respective pecs and biceps. But there are some metrics where you have to just go with your heart. Therefore, we can confidently say that Stallone's most famous characters, Rocky and Rambo, are more iconic than Schwarzenegger's The T-800. This is subjective, but defensible. For one, Rocky is the winner of 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and it spearheaded an 8-film franchise, including the Creed movies, with $1.5 billion in global box office. While the Rambo films are less critically acclaimed than Rocky, the 5-film franchise has still earned an impressive $817 million over 5 films. Yes, the Terminator franchise has earned more, $2 billion worldwide over 6 films, but one film, Terminator Salvation, didn't even star Schwarzenegger, while the last film, Terminator Dark Fate, bombed big time. None of the Rocky or Rambo movies have ever performed poorly, whether we're talking about the box office or review scores. Schwarzenegger's biggest hit outgrossed Stallone's by a pretty substantial margin. With $204 million domestic, Terminator 2 Judgment Day was the biggest box office hit in 1991. Stallone achieved a similar feat in 1976, when Rocky toppled the box office with $117 million. And he almost did the same thing in 1985 when Rambo First Blood Part 2 earned $150 million and Rocky IV earned $127 million. Impressive achievements all around, but Stallone's biggest hit, not adjusted for inflation, isn't even a Rocky or Rambo movie. Excluding his cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Stallone's biggest grosser is the $311 million worldwide that The Expendables 2 earned in 2012. Not bad, but still less than $200 million of what T2 earned worldwide 20 years earlier. Besides, Schwarzenegger also had a prominent role in Stallone's biggest hit, The Expendables 2. Talk about bragging rights. Part of being a successful movie star isn't just thriving during the big hits, it's surviving the big bombs. One thing we can say for Sylvester Stallone is that he didn't star in one of the most significant bombs in Hollywood history, Batman and Robin. Schwarzenegger did, but we doubt he regrets that decision, as he netted a cool $25 million for playing Mr. Freeze. We think $25 million for less than 1 month's work was a worthy price to pay for killing the Batman franchise, though we doubt Warner Brothers was too pleased with the investment. Ironically, Batman and Robin is actually not Schwarzenegger's worst movie. See The Villain, which earned a horrid 0% tomato meter score, but it is his most notorious. It's also one of the most influential superhero movies of all time, and not in a good way, as it ended one of the biggest hit franchises ever, the Burton-Schumacher Batman films. Plus, it sent The Dark Knight into exile until Christopher Nolan brought him back 8 years later in Batman Begins. Stallone has some stinkers, no doubt, but he's never killed a multi-billion-dollar franchise and still made millions doing it. As Rocky tells his son in 2006's Rocky Balboa,
"But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward."
Make no mistake, moviegoers and critics gave Stallone a stiff right hook to the jaw with the 1992 comedy Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. With a 7% critic score and 21% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes and $26.6 million worldwide, it's Stallone's biggest career misfire. Yes, with a 4% tomato meter score, Reach Me is technically his worst movie, but that ensemble dramedy was a misguided if noble defeat that only saw limited release in 2014. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot was supposed to be a hit. What was Stallone thinking? Turns out it was Schwarzenegger. According to a Q&A on Instagram, Stallone claimed Schwarzenegger tricked him into doing the part by making Stallone think he was interested. He wasn't, and it's easy to see why. While Schwarzenegger had success in action comedies like Twins, Kindergarten Cop, and Jingle All the Way, Stallone's biggest failure was in trying to beat Arnold at his own game. Stallone learned the hard way: you don't play politics with Schwarzenegger. It's one of the most coveted places in all of Hollywood, more than a table at Musso and Frank's, or courtside seats next to Jack Nicholson at a Los Angeles Lakers home game. It's top billing. To be listed first above the movie's title is an absolute statement about star power, and so naturally, it's inspired numerous squabbles among movie stars. When it comes to our two actors in question, Sylvester Stallone has always gotten top billing over Arnold Schwarzenegger. This wasn't a surprise in The Expendables, as Arnold had an uncredited cameo, while Stallone wrote, directed, and starred in it. Stallone again got top billing in The Expendables 2 and The Expendables 3, while Arnold got an and Schwarzenegger credit, a respectable position given his minor supporting role. But in 2013's Escape Plan, with just Stallone and Schwarzenegger as above-the-title leads, Stallone got top billing. Sure, the movie bombed with $103 million worldwide on a $70 million budget, but that's beside the point. When it comes to billing, Stallone has always come out on top. We've compared and contrasted Stallone and Schwarzenegger in quite a few ways, but one important one still remains: who would win in a fight? It may not be the most mature way to settle the debate, but it makes the most sense given they're both men whose brands are built on machismo. If we're being honest, Schwarzenegger would win. For one, Stallone's build height of 5'10" is well below Schwarzenegger's 6'2". And while Stallone is pretty jacked, Schwarzenegger is one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. Additionally, Arnold was known for his size and strength. Sure, Stallone was Rocky Balboa, but convincingly playing a world-class athlete isn't the same as being one. While we'd never want to see them actually fight, if it ever came time to throw hands, our money's on Arnold. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite action stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.